Try to get insurance on a house when you know your concrete's bad.
I should not be able to do that. That's unbelievable.
Try to get a mortgage on your house. Bank's not going to give you the money.
Look what it just does. This paper turns into tissue.
I've got better toilet paper in my house than that.
Do they think we're idiots? After we've had all these tests done, and because you say everything is fine.
We're talking about a foundation wall. The whole house is built on a foundation wall. It's 1/3 of code, and it's not a major structural defect.
Evidence right in front of you. 1 + 1 = 2. 2 + 2 = crap on this house. Oh, yeah, baby. Mike Holmes. But if you're going to do it right the first time. Let's get rid of it. How do you do this to a family? Look at the nest. They got a nest of them. Oh, my God. On the money. 2, 3.
Oh, my God!
It's perfect.
Thank you, guys.
You like it?
Oh, do I ever?
Jeff and Lori bought into this house about 7 years ago, brand new subdivision, and what do I see day in and day out? Problems with the foundation. I think I've had it up to about here with foundations.
Every spring, we would end up going out on the deck, and it'd just be like stone dust and crumbling on the side of the...
And on the side of the house where the garden is, every time I'd put plants in, there was crumbling cement.
Summer's coming. It's all about curing. You pour the concrete, it must cure equally inside to outside. It must be wrapped in the winter, it must be covered in the summer. The sun can dry the outside and not the inside. You have to think about how it cures. Jeff, Lori, how are you?
Come on in.
Nice to see you again.
You too?
Sent a letter to the new home warranty program and said, I think we have a problem. They sent out an inspector and brought the builder with them.
So we have a bit of a foundation issue. Look at it falling apart there, eh? Look at that. Oh my God. You can pull it around apart with your fingers, you know it's not good.
The inspector grabbed one of my hammers and hit the wall a couple of times.
And that was your hammer?
Yeah.
So he just grabbed your hammer and hit the wall?
Yeah.
And he said it's fine?
Yeah, it sounds okay.
It sounds okay. Meanwhile, look at it.
Yeah.
As you walk around the outside, we're seeing it deteriorate. We call that spalling. It's falling apart. Now, this tells me not only did they add more water to the concrete, but they did not protect the outside of the foundation during construction to the elements of weather. So obviously, you know, we're gonna have a lot of issues with people adding water to the concrete because they want it to soup around the form, and this just shows it's crumbling everywhere. It's actually gotten a lot worse since I've last seen it. One thing got at it, whether it was high winds, cold air, or hot sun. Something got at it, and it dried it quickly on the outside and allowed it to cure somewhat equally on the inside.
They left, and I called an engineer. And they came in and did core samples as they had suggested.
They did a core sample in certain areas, correct?
Yeah, yes.
We were down to the area of 7 MPa, if I'm right?
5.
5.
5.
Yeah.
Now, minimum code requirement's 15.
Right.
We took those results, and we sent them to the new home warranty program. And they came back and told us that they can't be that bad.
Okay, well, the outside looks pretty rough. Let's go see the inside.
Okay.
Okay.
When they said they wanted to come in and do another test, and they wanted to look at it, I said, fine, what do you want to do? And they said, well, we're going to bring somebody in, and they're going to bring in a device that's called the Schmidt hammer, and they're going to do a rebound test on the wall.
Why do we have duct tape?
That's where they did the test holes.
That's where they did the test
Yeah,
holes.
there's some down there. They did them on different levels, down the bottom, in the middle, up
Upper
at the
and
top.
lower.
When they use the hammer test, they're supposed to calibrate it to a known strength. So when he was bouncing it off the floor, he was calibrating it off the floor because it's supposed to be 25 MPa.
At some points, especially last summer, it was a really hot summer, you'd push on this and water would just come running down.
And when he did that, I said, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm calibrating it to know what the strength is. And I said, well, how do you know what the strength of the floor is? He said, well, it has to be a minimum of 25 MPa. I said, yeah, but the wall has to be a minimum of 15. We already know that's not 15.
Since I'm here, and I am going to do a lot of work to
There's
this.
a lot of darts up there. So.
They came back and they said they had results that were indicating that the concrete was a lot stronger than the compressive strength tests suggested. And I said, well, the compressive strength tests are the definitive test. They tell you what the strength is, according to all the experts.
Isn't that great? We put up insulation to stop moisture issues, and what do we get? That is soaking wet.
Unless we do another compressive strength test, you're never going to know. So they said, well, we'll want to bring in our own people to do that. I said, that's fine, as long as you do it, and when you do it, we get to pick 2 places right where we want it done, and we'll have them tested by someone else.
Concrete here is soaking wet.
Well, we've had a dehumidifier running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 8 years.
We didn't have to have ours tested because when they came back, their tests were worse than ours.
So, minimum code requirements is 15 MPa. We have engineer tests from 2 independent engineers stating 6 to 8 MPa.
The whole house is built on these walls that are 1/3 of what the code calls for.
Warring with the new home warranty, warring with the builder of the company. Do you think they're gonna come back in and do what we're gonna do to this home, and that's put in a new foundation on the inside? No, it costs them money. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna make it right. And
Lucky
through
for
this, I'll bring you back in once I've opened it up to see if I find anything else, and we'll take a look at it, and I'll let you know exactly what we're gonna do.
Okay.
All right.
That's
We
perfect.
appreciate it.
Keep smiling. It won't be
Thanks.
long, okay?
Thanks, Mike.
Okay, we'll talk to you.
The kicker is, they could have done this, they could have tested that concrete for $50. I guarantee you, you go to any new home buyer who's paying $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 for a house, and if you said to them, look, for $50, we can guarantee you the concrete's gonna be sound, they'd pay it.
Are we finishing this basement?
No. No. We're fixing the structure.
Okay.
I want to get on to another job. So.
We're sitting here looking at dust on this and crumbling concrete. I didn't care who supplied it. I just knew we had bad concrete.
And let's get the first things out of our way. Washer, dryer, let's get them right out into the garage.
Okay.
Let's pull all the insulation down, vapor barrier. Let's take it off as a roll if we can. We're going to be putting in an 8-inch cinder block wall with footings, interior weeping. I need to clear the outside perimeter. And I always want to make sure we have water in the house. Disconnect, probably cap it off here.
We'll joist line this cavity, okay? Leave the elbow inside the cavity.
So it picks up off it.
That's right, joist line it over, pick up the duct here, pick up the next one over, jumper box from here to here, and then tap it on the back and go over to the return area. That's it.
We're asking for a new footing right beside the existing footing. Right.
We spent a lot of time coming up with a game plan on how we're going to do this because you're talking major structure of the house that is attached by the garage to the other house.
So I think if we go 24 inches, it would probably be the best mark. That's going to give us more than enough for our gravel bed, our weeping tile system.
It'd be easy to lift this house, drop the foundation, and put in a new one, but we can't lift it because of the tie-in. This is the big problem.
So we need a 14-inch footing to there to accommodate our new 8-inch block wall that's going on it.
I didn't like the 4-inch cinder block, but when John said let's put in an 8-inch, I started thinking about it. I went, you know what? That's a really good idea.
Let's make some noise, guys.
At this point, I'm in the $60,000 to $80,000 range just to fix the structure. You have to move everything, cut the floor, footings, insulation, new wall, interior weeping, disconnect any electrical that's in the way, any plumbing that's in the way, re-divert it. You're talking a royal pain in the butt here just to solve a problem of low MPa on the foundation. Man, imagine that. Someone yelling out, add more water. Does that go anywhere?
Yes, we checked it out. That is the return air for the floor above. You can see the grill right there.
You buggers.
So that was never sucking anything.
Okay, so that means we got to close off the floor and bring it up here and tie in off of here.
That's correct.
Oh,
Big
isn't that
time.
nice?
That is a big time fire hazard.
Don't people think, eh?
That's very important to put in lint traps in these pipes.
What we can do, if you choose to have this moved forward, it's just a matter of cutting this right out. So putting in a brand new LB, extending the wire that's coming from the meter,
We'd have to change it anyways, right?
change the wire so that I can get more length on it. And then, yeah, remount this to the
More
new,
than anything, I would like insulation in behind it where they don't have it. So just because of that, do I pull the freaking thing? Damn. All this for insulation. Ay, 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 ay.
Pull this up. Once I've got the whole board up, I'll mount it temporarily to
We'll just
up
tie it
there.
off. Just swing
Tie
it
it
up
off.
like a door, tie
That's
it
it.
off.
I don't like the oxidization that's built up on that anyway. You're talking a couple of bucks of new wire. We'll just rerun it.
All right, I'll call you when I'm ready to pull this then.
Initially, there was a wrapping bathroom that was provided by the builder, but that was obviously up against the wall. Now we have to cut everything out because we're going to be moving 8 inches away. So that's going to offset everything, including the stacks and the vent stacks, as well as some piping on the ground. We're going to take care of the stack up there as well as the vent.
And we'll just 90 it now.
Yeah, we can do that right now, yeah.
Yeah, that way we've set for future, because once I spray foam, yeah, just 90 it now, yeah.
Now that we have everything open, we'll run the video camera so we can see the condition of the line, of the sanitary line.
So you have a video camera too?
Yes, we do, yeah.
Ah, if you're gonna do it right the first time.
Exactly.
I like that. Since we're open,
So,
let's scope it
yeah.
and take a look at it. I like that.
With the new subdivision, some houses, as they settle, the pipe may get deformed. You may lose the right slope, which will allow the water to accumulate. As the water accumulates, the debris starts accumulating, including grease and other waste. Everything is fine. It's a plastic line all the way out to the city. There's no problems. There's no offsets, no cracks, no settling. Everything is perfectly fine.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 2x4s. One carrying load. These are the two loads. This is a facing for drywall. So one, there should be a second one here. And we come out on the double, which is acceptable with a single. We have a vertical 2x4 not underneath it, just nailed it in the front. As a matter of fact, oh, so we had a gun. 1, 2, 3, 4 nails plus a driven nail by hammer. Not underneath. Cut it there, cut it down, and pull all of this. Keep using the stairs for travel, guys, with buckets, right? We're gonna be working around each other like a fast food restaurant. Yeah. I'll take a cheeseburger and fries with gravy. Oh, that's cute. Look at that, Damon. No shims. That's got to be over 2 inches away from the structure. Nothing. They blew nails into nothing. It's not. It was all done, held by the casing. The other side is the same thing. Nothing in code says you can't do this. Nothing, by the way. This is just not smart. That's the bottom line. Look how moist this wall is.
Yeah, this one too.
Oh, this is gonna come off in a billion pieces. Oh my God, that's soggy. I pulled off the drywall here. What do we see? No vapor barrier. There was vapor barrier here. There's vapor barrier here. None here. How does it tie into the wall? It doesn't. Look at that. It almost looked like it burnt, eh? But it's not. It's just deteriorated. There's your copper line again. Saying, when you see the copper turn green like that, that means this wall has moisture in it. One of the best countries in the world, and what do we have? Our minimum code to me is just not good enough. Every time I open it up, we show it, it proves it. This is minimum code. Look at all this. Now, what's this going to do in the future is build mold. It's a tar paper, right? I keep talking about paper. Smart, real smart. There's no thermal breaking behind this wood. This is supposed to be what, an R10? How thin is that insulation? That's really thin. That's really, really thin. It's supposed to be an R10, right? Where's the R10 here where the 2x4 is, right? Where's the insulation here? None. Everything's based on this, not this. Now it's nice down here, right? Nice down here. That's what I always want to see. I want to see it like that. Even though I don't like this crap on the wall, at least that's dry. This is not. It shows how much moisture has been in there. Man, this drives me nuts. Minimum code, not even minimum code. I love you guys. Much as I hate minimum code. What do we see there? This is the wall and behind the stringers, right? There's the plastic. There's total air movement in behind it. Why is this cut? Why is this like this? Because the stairs are put in first, then they insulated, then they vapor barrier it, and then they tuck it up underneath. Required minimum code, tape all plastic. Tape all plastic. That's why we have the tape at about $10 a roll. $10 a roll. I guess they save some money, eh? Look at that wall. How we doing, guys? You getting hot yet?
No, we're good.
No?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. This is my natural flow.
We're gonna have a water fight.
At the end of the day, that sounds great. Surprises.
What are you worried about? What are you worried about, hey? What's the matter?
I'm so gonna kill you.
You're gonna like it. Going according to plan. Pain in the ass always, but it is going according to plan. We have dug down all the way around. We'll get ready for the forms. Once the forms are in place, we'll call in for an inspection. The government doesn't really care about the forms. What they want to see is that we have undisturbed soil. Just scrape it and get it down to the bottom of the footings. That way we can put the form in approximately right here, and then pour the concrete, and we'll use this footing and put the block right here. Once that's done, the footing's in place, we'll give it a couple of days. More than likely, I'm gonna start with 2 layers of cinder block all the way around the room. So in other words, 2 rows, okay? Not 4 in the standard, you're allowed to do 4 a day. That way, I'll put a stop to it, I'll bring in my spray foam guy, he'll hit in behind it, and then drive it up the wall into the floor joists. And we're laughing. We get this done, we have the thermal break, no more insulation on the inside, no more vapor barrier, which I'm really happy about, and then we move outside. I'm gonna bring in the laser level just to see how level the existing footing is, and that doesn't appear to be that perfect. I'll set it in the middle of the room, spin it around the room, and just see what it's like, because we wanna honestly tie in. What I'm gonna do is I'm putting on my red glasses to see the line even better, and that way I can see it on my measuring tape. We are 23 3/4. So as we go across, and I'll try not to be on top of a stone or anything, all right, it's 1/8 of an inch difference. 1/4 of an inch difference. The worst of it is about 1 inch out, and it's only in the one area. So that's not too bad. We'll be able to fix that with the cinder block. So I think we'll go level with the existing footing, and then we'll just build up on the first row of cinder block.
This is gonna be our chute for our concrete. We gotta get some concrete in the basement today for our footings.
You guys have been going like crazy. As you can see, we have rebar pinned into the existing footing with form in front of it, and that way, when the concrete gets poured into the void, we'll pour it to the existing height, and what this does is help keeps it from moving. That's what we want to do, is pin it together so it stays together, because our cinder block will be coming across here. So we'll tie into the old, tie into the new, and away we go. Now, we've also put a bonder against the footing, the existing footing, so it just helps bond it.
Yep. Any rebar, any kind of adhesives we can use, they're there, let's use them. Do it right.
First time. Well, in this case, the second time, but our first time.
Our first time.
What you should do is maybe just do it in pails. It's easier to get in. We can get them right where Johnny wants them. So we'll empty this, and just maybe me and Justin can get on some pails.
We milked it up a bit. We add a little bit of an additive and not water. Want to make it a little easier to come down the chute. We make sure we don't add water. We use Super P.
It'll be dry by tomorrow morning, ready to lay block on by Monday morning. Usually they like 48 to 72 hours before you put too much weight on the new footing. By Monday morning, it'll be nice and white and ready to go.
You guys are slow.
It's not me, I'm waiting for the wheelbarrow.
John goes fast as a truck.
But I'm not blaming anybody.
Come on, let's go.
We got 5 guys down there doing this. Right? 2 people.
We're faster inside than they are outside. All they got to do is wheel it.
See? Waiting.
Well, you know what? What creates the competition is putting the fire under people's butts. Come on, you're slow, you're slow. And then they're running out here, and we got to keep up with them inside. 30 minutes, you got to love it.
We've already had the local utility turn the power off for us. What I'm going to be doing is disconnecting the cables here, cutting out this LB. Once this LB is cut out, we're going to be extending it to 8 inches so that the block will continue all the way up. So for now, all I'm going to be doing is taking the wires out from under here, take the panel off. This way the boys can get back to work. Oh, look at this. How's that? No glue. You can see there's very, very little glue in there. And here, there's no glue at all. Works out perfect for me because now all I have to do is add in 8 inches here rather than the 2 that's here. So, thanks for being a dumbass. This staple was under here, just like so. So I pulled out the staple and I noticed that they hammered it way too tight and the shielding's now been damaged on this. These staples should be very snug, just like this one is. They shouldn't be tight because if there's any extra current that's going through, you get a surge power going through, this will be so tight against the shield that it will cause an arc right here.
Well, you know what? I said the inside of the concrete looks really good. It actually doesn't, because look at that. Who needs a drill? I can actually go through this wall. If I kept going, imagine this being a prison. Man, you'd be out in what, 2 days? Now, seems like a lot of work. It is. What am I doing? One, the landing was not supported properly. All they did was, you can see, is cut pieces of 2x4, concrete nailed that into a foundation that's not even strong enough to hold it. Two, there was no real supports on this side. So, with me coming off my 2 rows of cinder block, I'm gonna come up exactly on this inside edge, not the outside, the inside with 2x6. I'm gonna come up and support this. I'm gonna build around it, continue up and support the existing structure. Right from this point, we'll come directly up to the triple header that you see right there, which structurally supports that side. I reduce my depth of 9 inches at this point, 8-inch cinder block, 1-inch space, and this way I move in with a 2x6 wall, come up. I can pick up all the load here, and at the same token, allow me to move the stairs back in just a bit to give me that space that I need. I'm sweating a little bit, I'm hot, I'm a little frustrated that I have to do this. However, I'm gonna do it right. This is my house now, and as long as it's my house, I'm gonna build it and fix it properly. Couple screws in there, couple screws in there, once you're set at the bottom. That's where it should be. So it's out about 3/4 of an inch. 32 plus, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna drive that in here, lifting this up, and screw it all in place, okay?
Very good.
That's level. Good.
Looks better?
Screw it. Remember I talked about how we need blocking in here? Because what we have to imagine is that our structure is carried on the outside walls and picks up the weight load of the house. This point here carries outside wall all the way up. So how much weight load does it span over this distance in time? You won't believe how much. Let me show you. This is why it has to be blocked in the first place and not now. You see that?
Oh.
That is 3/8 of an inch down. Right there, 3/8 of an inch. By code, when we run our floor joists this way, we must brace off this side to help displace the load to keep this out. That should have been done in the first place. This is what I talk about when you do something wrong. From here to here is 3/8 of an inch down.
Too late.
Yeah. You learning?
Learning.
That's what I want to hear. So I want 76 3/8 plus, and when I say plus, I'm adding a 16th. Rather than going minor 16th talk, I go 76 3/8, okay? When I make that cut, I want to split that line. You see where my cut is? Okay, I'm really almost on the money, right? 76.5 plus. Look at the wood, mark the crown, measure it, mark it, cut it.
31 3/4 minus.
I could have cut them by now. Just triple checking, double checking. Oh my God, I don't want to bring over a stud that's wrong.
It's like it moved a bit, buddy.
One? Took all that time for one? Obviously, you see that we broke the floor, put in new footings, and have to carry the structure. You don't even want to know about this wall. I'm hoping that you can spray down there, bring it right up the wall, hit all the floor joists up. I've opened it, I've put in my blocking, bracing, everything I have to do, and I'm hoping that you can just continue to spray up, right?
Not a problem. No, you have left us good access. It's good.
You ever sprayed directly over the foundation before?
Yeah, we do all the time.
Yeah,
We do all the time. The reason you use spray foam is to get rid of the airspace. The airspace is what causes the problem. The air in the bed of insulation, the air behind styrofoam, or even if you trap air behind urethane foam, you've got an uncontrollable surface on the back side. If the moisture gets on there, then you got this water, you got potentially maybe air movement in a pocket.
Wrap it, trap it?
Exactly.
That's exactly.
It doesn't matter what product you're using. If you use, even if you use foam insulation and you sprayed it on tar paper or something, you'd still be trapping moisture behind it. That's why you want to be in intimate contact with the outside surface.
I like the words you use. Intimate contact, a little bit of love. It's good for us all. There's gonna be a lot of government officials that say, Mike, you're full of it. Really? Well, each and every day I open this up and I show it doesn't work. Who's full of it? After you. What I love about this, minimum code requirement says that the foundation wall should be 15 MPa. The cinder block is minimum code 18 MPa. In other words, the block is actually stronger than the foundation wall. In this case, way stronger because this foundation is dropped down to a 6, in between 6 and 8 MPa. So when we have this, makes you wonder, why did we go from cinder block to a poured foundation?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. A little bit of a traffic zone. Up and down like a toilet seat. I feel used.
Oh, it's a good hard workout. This is how I started. It was laboring for about 3 brick layers, and it was tough work. And this is reminding me an awful lot like the old days. My first day back after about a 15-year layoff. It's not fun.
So today we're gonna put up 4 rows if we can, right? Because we're gonna go 4 at a time.
That's what we're shooting for. So we should be able to get up about 3.5, 4 feet
Okay.
with a new block today.
Okay.
And then tomorrow we can continue on up.
I'm coming, I'm coming. Now, this is what I call exercise. And we're starting outside today as well?
Yes, we are. We're putting a window well in right in beneath this window.
Okay.
Because the way the deck and everything is on the outside, this window here, the windowsill is actually below grade. And we're going to dig down here right to the weeping tile in front of this window. We're going to put in a 4-inch drain right down to the weeping tile and right up to inside this window well.
I think, you know what, that should be minimum code because I'm sick of seeing it that when the window well's in place, all it does is they only put in about 3 inches of stone in there. And because of the earth will hold that water, so a heavy rain is just going to flood it and drive it into the window.
Exactly what happens.
Right across these wonderful edges.
We're going to clean this all off, chip it all off, whatever wants to come off. We're going to use some adhesives on there. We're going to get a nice coat of Portland concrete cement with fine sand, make it all smooth again. We're going to continue our waterproofing process right from where it is now. In behind that, we're going to continue it right up to grade.
Well, I guess you can tell that we have actually cut off the power to your house, moved the hot water heater, moved all your ductwork that was in the way, the plumbing that was in the way, cut the floor.
I'm just amazed what they've done in this short period
In
of time.
such a short time. I can't believe it.
Hammering open this floor and carrying all that stuff out by hand, just
And carrying all this brick down by hand.
probably on the hottest day of the summer so far. I couldn't believe it.
Poured in new footings. We pinned into your existing footings so we don't have a variance difference within the floor like this. Started the cinder block. We brought in what I want to call a 100% thermal break, the wall tight, and sprayed in behind after 2 rows and up into the floor joists so we no longer need vapor barrier.
There's no question how complicated this was, and we knew that. The fact that we're attached by a garage to our neighbor didn't help the situation.
Okay, let me tell you about your insulation. Once we started pulling it down, it was soaking wet. The whole perimeter of your home was soaking wet.
And the smell is completely gone.
Yep.
It was musty, borderline moldy smelling.
An area right in here, I just showed how weak your concrete wall was. I took my pry bar and I could just groove right into the concrete. This was a necessity to restructure your home. We will put up 2x8s across the floor and then put in non-shrinkable grout. Once we're at the height that we pack in that non-shrinkable grout, taking the weight load of your existing home. But as your floor joists on the outside wall, we had to remove all the crap they did and put in proper blocking in there to help carry the load on the outside wall that is not supported by joists this way. We're still addressing the outside as we're digging down to inspect to see how much it's falling. At this point, we're only seeing a very small amount because the ground was actually protecting the wall. Even though it was keeping it moist, it was protecting the wall. So unfortunately, we want that breathable surface at the top, but we're gonna close it off to protect it. It'll have to breathe out the top of underneath the brick. Okay. We don't have a choice. We must protect the foundation. We're now putting in a window well at this area with a vertical weeper right to your weeping tile. So what that does is if water collects in there, it goes directly to the drain rather than it just sitting in the ground because you're a clay base out here, right? And it doesn't drain through the clay very well at all. But all in all, please keep smiling. 2 more weeks, I'll give you your house back, okay?
Thanks.
My new friend here is offering me a job. I'm thinking of taking it. It's pretty hot. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. We'll see you maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, fine.
This is where we're gonna use the non-shrinkable grout, where we're gonna use a cake.
Yeah, the bag.
Yeah, the bag and just get it right in there.
Yeah.
I like your haircut, looks good.
We'll get all the anchor bolts in today, get them all put into place. We'll get everything built up pretty much to
Well, do
just
you
the
plan
underside
on
of
just
the
putting the anchor
plate.
bolts through the top plate and then blocking up to it and then
That's right.
tying in on that last
Right.
one? You just have to pull it up, slip your block in,
That's
drop
right.
the pin down,
That's
and
right.
fill that with the non-shrinkable grout. Okay.
We should be able to get her pretty much finished up there today, Mike, right to the top.
I've got 2 2x4s. I'm going to place them on the wall, and then the panel board right on top. Legally speaking, at this point here, I can mount right to that block. I don't need any insulation behind it. You've already installed insulation behind the block. I can go right to the wall. Just to keep it neat, I'm just going to add 2 2x4s just for neatness.
And give you the room to drill the holes and run the wires through. So you're just
Yes.
going to bring your 2x4s in, drill holes so you can loop from the side and in.
Correct. This would be the long way of doing it, you know. Obviously, it's taking more time and do it like this. But as you can see, it's going to be a neater look. The before and after, there's no comparison. It's a lot neater. This is the way I would expect it done in my house. Takes a little more time, but you get what you put in.
So this is the main backwater valve that we're going to be installing on the main line here. As you can see right inside, there's a plate which under normal circumstances lies on its back, and as soon as you get water coming into the house, it lifts up, closes up, and then it stays in that position as long as the water presses against it in case of a flood or in case of a backup. This sits approximately, we got it positioned right here. This is what it's going to look like at the end.
So that way we can get to it.
This is an access panel. It's going to go right over top of that, and it's going to be flush with the cement.
How come this is the first time I've seen this? I've never seen these before.
You know what? They're very, not too many homeowners are aware of it, or not too many homeowners install them until they actually get a disaster in the basement, until they get a flood in the basement. But this is this is one of the steps, one of the preventative measures that every homeowner can take to avoid property damage.
Oh, it makes sense to me. We don't have any crap coming back in the system.
Exactly.
Really
Exactly.
simple, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. What we've done initially is we've done what we call a dry fit, where we sort of pre-assembled all the pieces together, all the fittings. We put the markings on them so that once we start gluing everything together, it's just simply a puzzle. You try to connect and make sure all the points match properly. So, primer should always be applied before the glue. What it does, it cleans the surface of the pipe and gets rid of all the obstacles or that may conflict with the bonding. It just reassures you that the connection is done properly and it holds well.
We've got holes drilled into the cavities in the block.
Okay.
The very first course is sitting on the new foundation.
Did you do it all the way around?
Yes, we did.
So what are we flush with the floor at that point?
Actually, we're a little bit lower here.
We're a little bit lower.
So our floor finish off, just you won't see anything.
Oh, good.
It'll just be concrete floor.
And it's just
over
enough,
to it.
that little bit of concrete,
Just
it'll
enough.
pierce it and get down
Yep.
into the weeping, if there's ever a flood in the basement.
It'll be able to get out and work its way over to the weeping tile, which is right beneath it.
Okay. Nice.
It's gonna work well. It'll work well.
Yeah. Sorry, they're going slow down there now. They need me back down there. You need me down there, don't you? Let me fix your hair.
Oh, thank you. Wonderful.
That the last one?
Last one.
Water. Johnny, I see you've done an awesome job here. You know what I'm going to do around all the ductworks and things like that? I'm going to get some rock salt, the fire-rated insulation.
Oh, yes.
So I'll put it in around that. I'll fill all the voids so we protect our spray foam. And you're almost done the non-shrinkable grout injection.
Yep. We're all ready for the floor now, so yeah, we're good to go.
We're going to install the runs right now, while you guys put the insulation on the other side.
Okay.
After that, we'll install our ductwork.
Okay, so we're just working assembly.
We'll work on this side for now, and then when you guys are done that end, we'll put the ductwork on.
Yeah, because once we put the quote and return back in, we're not going to be able to
That's
reach it. We can get above it, but there's
Well,
no
it's
sense.
easier now. You might as well do it now, and we'll wait, then install it after.
Think
Make the
ahead.
job easy for both of us.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Today, for the work you're doing, patching around the footings there and patching the floor, it's an Ultra 25 MPa with a 10 mil P-stone.
So our standard minimum code 25 MPa for the floor.
Right.
And we're going to add some fibers to help keep it bonded.
We got stealth fibers in there just to help.
Stealth
it a little
fibers?
bit. Yeah.
So for low flying?
Yeah, pretty well. It's a fiber that helps bury itself into the concrete so you don't get them sticking up.
Okay.
And with the P-stone and with the work your guys are going to do, it should turn out nice.
Now, this is why we want to have a magnesium chute. Because this is going to be a pain in the ass. Oh, wood. No, it's just going to grab the concrete and we got to force it down. Where if we had a magnesium, wet it, just slides down. Now he looks hot. Let's just see how she fits. Fit it so it's perfectly fit with the top.
Okay.
Then we're going to put a level off, scribe the wall, and we're going to mount a 2x4 to that so we have a filler strip here.
Okay. Do you think we should attach to the stair, or do you want to attach to the wall?
Attach a 2x4 to the wall so we
Okay.
can actually
All
put
right.
it into the 2x4 as well. All right, so that's going to give us the strength we need. Once this is all done, everybody's done doing what we got to do. Let's put a rail up on this side.
No problem.
Just a 2x4 rail.
Okay.
We just add a little bit of PL premium to the back of the 2x4 that it bonds to the wall just for strength. We're still going to hit it right into the vertical 2x6s. Then we're going to tag the stairs into that, quickly put up a rail, carpet goes in, clean up, finish off the last little things. And I'm sure they want to come home. It's been a while, almost a month.
That is excellent. Great.
Okay, so drop a screw in there.
We just got word from the inspector that we have to be 4 inches below the 90 for the electrical panel. So right now we're just gonna dig this area down, put a well here. Instead of using an ugly window well, we're gonna use some of the brick from the backyard. Kind of tie the look into the front drive and the back.
piping in the hot water tank right now. We had to disconnect it because everything kind of moved over when they put the block wall up. So we disconnected the gas pipe for the hot water tank and the dryer. So today we're just gonna reconnect everything, test all our joints. That's what this stuff is. It's a soap solution that when you put it on the joints, if there is any leaks, you'll have some bubbles that come up. And if we got no bubbles, that's a good sign, like they say. No bubbles, no troubles.
How often do you change those blades?
As often as it needs it. Hit a staple right away. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put a couple staples down on the bottom, down as far as we can. It's not as easy as it looks.
No. Hey, it never looked easy to me.
That's what I love about you guys. You make sure everything's sealed, eh? Well, it's not too often I fix a basement and don't finish it. But in this case, you know what? It looks really good. The homeowners, even the rough-in looks way better. The drain stacks are perfectly plumb. Now they can finish the basement all they want. I'm used to making things beautiful. It's what I love to do. I love to create. I love to design basements, additions, etc. How many times do I gotta go in and fix something that somebody else did, and it doesn't look good at the end? It's just fixing something. All right, I'm pleased. I'm gonna go get them. It's not the roof. It's not the doors. It's not the windows. It's the foundation. I mean, like, listen to the word. The foundation of any organization is the structure. It is the structure of the home. It would be the hardest thing to fix in the home if something goes wrong. Too bad we didn't finish the whole basement.
It's okay.
Well, you see, we still have space here, right? We do. And my guys, through going up and down with about 1 million buckets of dirt and tons of stone and concrete, we demoed the carpet down here, so I gave you brand new carpet on the stairs. Make them quick, make them cheap, because they don't want to put out any money. You make them quick, you make them cheap, how are you gonna make it right? You can't. We're cinder block now.
And we're dry.
And we're drying. Do you notice the temperature difference down here?
Absolutely.
It's warm.
That's the thermal break, okay? So we put up that wall tight on the walls in between, which is what I wanted. So now no insulation goes here and no vapor barrier if you ever finish in the future.
Right.
What a temperature difference, eh?
Yeah. Big
I'm
time.
sorry it's no longer cool down here,
No,
but you're
it's
gonna
all
love it in the winter.
Yeah.
It's almost guaranteed. It should be in writing. Honestly, it should be in writing, right in the contract. Beware, you may get screwed. Now, you know, we had no power for 2 weeks. We were running on generators, and I had Frank and my electricians come in, and I also had a whole new panel put up for you and properly installed with a wonderful surge protector on your whole home. This doesn't mean just because you have a computer and we're protected here, still use a surge protector on your TV and all your valuables. But this is, for bang for your buck, the best you could ever have, because if lightning ever hits, it's gonna save everything in the house, and I look at it as a double backup. You gotta stand up for what you sell or what you do, but in this business of building and renovations, man, the buck gets passed to you. Now outside, we dug down about 3 feet, repaired the wall, put up more plant product or more of a dimpled black product on top, brought it up, graded. I even had to do a small well around, right outside here. The well is here because by code, that little junction box that's outside that feeds the main cable through must be 4 inches off the ground.
Right.
So obviously the electrical safety guys come in and say, hey, we want that 4 inches above ground. I said, I didn't do it. We want that electrical thing above ground. I said, okay, we put in a well. And I understand it, but obviously someone had some blinders on when they come and checked out the builder here, didn't they? Yeah. I think it's time we have a new law. One that says, if you build it, you take care of it. You fix it. Why do I gotta come in and do about, I don't know, $75,000 worth of work to something that easily could have been done right the first time? And all it took was whoever was building to put in that care to make sure it was done right. That's all it took. Here's the mistake. No one cared.
We thought we had picked a good builder and somebody that cared, and evidently we were wrong, and we'll learn from those mistakes.
Also, on the outside, we made sure that we have a new window well right down to the weeping tile with a vertical drainage, okay? Because you put in that pad out there and brought up the height, so we had to change it and fix that. All new stone in the side of the house here for proper drainage. Everything was addressed to the point where I'm happy, and hopefully now you're happy.
It looks great.
In the long run, you know, it worked out great. But imagine spending around $75,000 for something with no change, other than safety. That should have been done in the first place.
It was a very interesting experience, and I would certainly do it again. I wouldn't want to go through it again, but I'd certainly do it again.
Thanks very much.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
You're welcome.
It's great.
Give me my pen.
Okay.
You mean Mr. Holmes?
What's your name, sir?
Ryan Griffin.
Ryan. A pleasure to meet you.
Hands up.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. No problem.
You're the big bad guy?
The eighth bad guy.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for all your hard work.
Thank you.
See, you're not that tall.
I'm not that tall. Here's the permit that we opened for this house because I couldn't believe the permits we had to have, electrical permit, everything else. And on the back of it is everyone's signature. It's the first time in history you have everyone's signature that worked on the job.
Isn't that nice?
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers. Another job well done.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
What looks like a small job, I think it's actually an incredibly difficult job.
We have problems. The more I see, the more I'm counting dollars here.
And I don't think just anybody is qualified to come in and do this. There's no top plate left on those joists now.
It should be running out, not in the house.
We thought we had a warranty that would help us.
We bought a warranty.
Hey, man, you don't have a choice. I didn't build this crap. I'm fixing it. Oh, yeah, baby. Mike Holmes. But if you're going to do it right the first time. Let's get rid of it. How do you do this to a family? Look at the nest. They got a nest of them. Oh, my God. On the money. 2, 3.
Oh my God!
It's perfect.
Thank you guys. Oh, do I ever?
Approximately 7 years ago, Dan and Jane bought in a really nice neighborhood. The trees behind, there's a valley here. It's gorgeous. 3-story house, beautiful townhomes.
Jane's business is just up the street, so we wanted something that was close to Jane's business. We wanted to stay in the neighborhood.
We bought it from a set of plans, and we then had some input in the design of the house.
Nice neighborhood.
Before we took possession of the house, on a walkthrough, I noticed that there was water staining on the ceiling below the flat roof and deck.
They jumped on it. They called up the builder, said we have a few issues here. Looks like we have a leak. The builder did come in, so I like to see them step up to the plate and come in and take a look at the issues.
Hey, Mike.
Dan,
See you again.
Pleasure to see you again.
Come on in. Nice to meet you.
Noticed that the water was sitting on the flat roof area and puddling big time.
They, of course, said, yeah, we'll fix it, and they apparently, we thought they had.
They waited for it to dry off. They did a temporary Band-Aid fix that I talk about all the time. Will never solve the problem.
What they had done was put a small patch over the membrane where they felt the leak was coming from.
Our problem is way up on the 3rd floor.
At that point, we hired a roofing company to come in and replace the flat roof because I assumed that, okay, we've got a leak in the flat roof. We're gonna have to get it replaced.
The roofer started work, but after seeing the extent of the damage, I guess they realized it was more than just a roof job.
This is, well, you can see the lean-to structure out here that the roofing company left for us.
They got to a point and they said, no, we can't do anything with this. Now you need to go further and find somebody to fix it.
Wow, that is rotten. They strip it all up. They find the sheeting completely rotten. They start pulling up the sheeting. We have a huge red flag.
What we found was that the water had transferred into the top plate of the engineered joists, and those joists, 6 of them, I believe, are completely rotted away. We called the new home warranty people because the house is covered for a 7-year period for major structural defects. And this appeared to us to to be a major structural defect.
What would cause all the, it's like sawdust almost, what, just
What you're seeing is this wood.
because it couldn't breathe
Look
with
at that.
yeah.
It is just completely falling apart. Imagine this soaking for approximately 7 years, no ventilation, no air within that floor joist. It's gonna hold the moisture and turn it into almost a steam bath, or we'll call it a moisture bath. It has saturated everything. No wonder it's fallen apart. I'm surprised nobody fell through the roof.
They sent out their inspector, and they made the determination that this is not a major structural defect and that they won't cover it.
Whenever it comes to a flat roof, it is required by code to have a minimum slope. That 8-foot run should have about a 3/4 inch to a 1 inch high end going out to the scupper. The scupper is the drain. What happens when it runs into the house? That means it's gonna hold the water until the sun or the air dissipates the water. What if it rains for 4 days? Where does that water go? It's gotta build up to run out.
The roofing company basically, once they got to that point, once they saw that damage, basically washed their hands of it. They're roofers, they're not carpenters, contractors, they're roofing contractors.
They go to the extreme of calling at least 10 different contractors to come in and fix it so the roofers can come back to close it back in again.
We really enjoy having a deck on our 3rd floor because it's a walkout off of our bedroom that we can sit in the morning and have our coffee.
Unfortunately, no one returns the call. It appears that nobody wants to take on the structure here because it looks too big.
We're left with basically an open roof.
To me, this is an easy job. I don't care what kind of structure it is. You cut it out, you replace it. You gotta do what you gotta do, rip out the drywall, who cares? Take it down, put it back together again. Actually, I rip it all apart, I'll bring it back, show you what I do find. That's great. And we'll take it from there.
Terrific.
Great.
All right?
Thank you
Have no
very
fear.
much.
Keep smiling.
Yeah, thank you very
It
much.
won't be long. I'll make this go away. Jordan here, he won that, that challenge that was on some channel there.
Handyman Challenge?
Something like that.
That famous guy's on that show.
Jim Carrot?
Oh, that guy too.
I have one special thing I want to say to you. To the winner, I'm going to give you a special guest appearance on an upcoming television show of Holmes on Holmes. So you're going to come work with me, okay? Good luck, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
First ever Handyman Superstar Challenge winner is Jordan.
Hey.
Okay, what we're gonna be doing here today is we have manufactured floor joists right from left to the right. Obviously, it was a flat roof from actually it's here, right from about here over and has been saturated with years and years of water. A roofing company came in, they opened it up, they found out everything was completely rotten and could not finish the roof. They said the structure's gotta be done, nobody wanted to touch it, so hence why we're here. Right. Take your knife, cut all the way around, let's drop the ceiling. Pull down the light. We'll play with Jordan a little bit. We'll make him do most of the work.
Jordan will be downstairs.
I'm gonna buy a donut for everybody if we get this down in 3 minutes.
3 minutes, guys.
What do we have here?
Insulation.
What do we have here?
Insulation.
What's here?
Nothing.
Must have forgot that joist. Even here.
It's missing on the backside.
Welcome to Homes on Homes. This is what we see all the time. That would be a nice cold zone across there, right?
Yeah,
no insulation on the outside in there. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt that it was insulated, even though I don't think it was. Okay, sorry guys. Donuts are no good. That was 4 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Next time.
4 minutes?
Guys, I'm just going to push down in the center here so we try and cup all the plastic, okay?
Okay.
You ready? Okay, slowly cup it together. Pull all the insulation, please. We're gonna get a little bit of crap coming out of here when you pull it down, so cautious of that. You know what? This little lean-to that they made,
Yeah.
I can easily pick it up at this end and build a structured wall for safety that we can't fall off. I'll cross brace it down so it's not gonna go anywhere. I put that up and then bring in my big tarp and wrap the whole thing. You know what? From this point here, this frickin' thing runs in towards the house. Thank you, sir. Oh my God. That is so running into the house.
Drastically.
Here's the top of the floor here. I'm not even close to it. It should be running out, not in the house. Look at this.
Are you level there? That's 2.5 inches.
2.5 inches. 2.5 inches in towards the house. How did they do that? Freaking dummies. No wonder this happened. That means every one of them is unlevel that way running into the house. They're all pooling.
Every single deck.
I'm not fixing all these houses. I would accept level. I do not accept a 2-inch run into the house. No wonder.
No.
All right, let's pull the rest of the insulation. Let's clean it all up, then we'll cut out the beams. This is sickening.
Okay.
What would be the next move? We know we want to remove the floor joists. Which joist would you pull out first?
I'd probably pull out that second one in there, just so it's right on the line of the plywood there, where it joins up there.
Why?
Just so we can pull that down a little bit there on the corner and just investigate a little bit more.
Up inside?
Yes.
Very good. So let's do exactly that. Let's do a cut right there at the bulkhead. Let's do a cut right there on the other side. Pull the one piece out. See how easy we can maneuver our end pieces out, inspect underneath, and continue. We'll keep the 2 outside pieces in so we can walk around and continue to drop this so there's nothing left. What I want to know is, can you see the trusses go over the wall?
Yes, I do.
Okay, is the ductwork self-supported or is it just sitting on the bulk?
It's self-supported.
Okay, so let's cut it at the parallel beam and drop the whole bulkhead, please. If there's a wall piece, you can leave that in. Drop the 2 pieces in front and the cross bracing.
Yeah.
Lose it all because we're going to be going new. Once everything's down, let the dust settle, get it out of the house. Let's clean it up, tarp it from the outside, and we're done for the day, okay?
White side out, boys.
Let's get a factory assembly here. Get these in so we get the sheets down and rip this off. We could take them ourselves, but you know.
Big man. Nice. Big man.
Why don't you grab the whole truck?
Steve, you're making us look bad.
Let's pick up the trailer and bring it here, Steve.
I leave a little something for everybody.
Now I just checked out the roof back there, and it's only like, between the corners, it's only like 2-3 feet. So it'll be easy just to get them up and over the corner into the backyard.
Yeah, so we can stand them up, get some on the roof, carry them.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Now who do I have on this side? Where did Pinky go? Oh, there she is. You're so short.
I'm not that tall though.
Let's see what we got it.
You know what? I got a good idea. Let's use the first one as a ramp. Let's cut a second one. That way I can slide it up. So let's take that one and ramp it so it doesn't touch the east trough.
Okay. Okay, it's all yours, guys.
This is a trick and a half. Okay. Stand it back up. Tuck yours in because we got the pocket there. And I knew that was gonna be tough.
Cripple her over.
Oh, this is gonna be such a...
17.9 minus 8.
I really like that. You know what we're gonna do now? We're gonna lie this back down. We're gonna cut the sheeting out at this point here. So when we do put our beams in, we can sheet back in.
Got it?
Now we'll just slide each and every one of them in like that. So we've got our 7 in, then we'll slide them back out into place. Breaker 19.
Mine's up there.
Okay, I'm gonna call you. Slide it over. And if you want, it'll make it easier if you go up and she stays down and just slide it over. That's it. And just be approximate 16 inches, please. Perfect. Okay. Approximate. Right there. All right, let's go to lunch, and then we'll test Jordan's cut.
Okay.
Jordan's down there now. He's cutting the bracing pieces because I'm going to have bracing in between each and every one of them. And he believes he's already checked a hip, which I like that. I like that in a guy. He's already figured out his measurements, and I said, what is it? And he told me. I said, well, cut me one. We'll see if you're right.
He's a great guy. Teaches everybody as they go along. Every step, he has to show everybody what's going on. So I've learned a ton.
Jordan.
Yes.
Are all these the same?
I hope so.
What's the measurement?
It's 13 5/8, 15 and 5/8 because there's an inch gap, so it's 2 inches less.
Well, this one's 15 and a half.
They should all be 13 and a half to 15 and a half here because of the inch. 15 and 5/8. I'm not really used to having a camera crew following me around.
Is that what it is? Are you under a little bit of pressure?
I'm not.
Nice little shop he's got here, right?
Yeah.
Got 2 pieces of these? Just want to do a double check on something.
And this is how I did it.
I figured that.
Yeah.
There's going to be an easy way to set up a jig for this. Did you extend your gates out?
No.
This will help you stay on the fence line. We'll come up on the fence. We're going to go 15 and a half. Cut the first one. If you notice, I keep marking on the back. I don't mark on the front. I don't change it. We're not flipping anything. That way, no matter what, we're going to always have the same end cuts. If we want to do it exact each and every time, we take an extra 10 minutes. We set up the table saw, set the depth to the height of this. Bring her in, flip it, flip it, flip it, cut each and every one of them that way. Change the again so that we can come in this way and do that little nip there that we want to do 7/8.
Yep.
Each piece is identical. Even you did something that was not so good. Even though structure, it's not going to make a difference. Sheeting, it's not going to make a difference. We've got a hell of a top for the sheeting.
Yeah.
But it's in here. I know it, you know. And if I know that it's perfect, I'm a happy guy. I sleep at night. And that's why I make it perfect.
I'm down.
All right, let's get them in. So let's go 5 feet off. We'll go right across. We're gonna miss the 2 outsides at this point. We'll do that later. I just wanna get the floor down so we can take this up. We're just gonna temporarily put in a couple of screws so we have structure to stand on. All right, I'm not standing here. 16 and an 1/8. I accept.
This is pretty much a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and trying to show Holmesy that I got the skills. So I've learned a lot. It's been an awesome time.
Jordan, it's been an absolute pleasure having you come on for the week. Have you had fun?
Totally. Tons of fun. It's been awesome.
It's just temporary, so let's just put 1, 2, 3, 4, same thing.
Okay.
Okay, now my body's got to move.
Oh, okay.
So hold 1 sec. Just gonna pull it past that if we can.
Good. Nice.
Let's pull this casing, leave the top. I need to pull this wall in case there's mold, and I need to pull this piece here, okay?
Okay, man.
Isn't that wonderful? Don't use any glue or don't bother caulking this. Like, weather doesn't get in here, right? There's there's no cold weather going to get in here as long as this is on top of it. I am being very sarcastic.
I know you are.
And is this really secured to anything? I was wondering why the door was jamming. No sealant whatsoever under the door. This is what happens to wood when it has way too much water in it. Obviously, now we've got to restructure the door because there's nothing holding it. I've seen enough. This is 2x4 underneath the door. Like, that's going to hold anything, right? See, this is really good. Eh? Just put up some trim, a little bead of caulking across here, a little caulking around the windows like this. See this caulking? Like, that's going to keep anything out. They don't even care to insulate around the windows. Maybe, just maybe, they're relying on the stucco foam here. Well, at least they put up a paper. That's the real crap stuff, actually. This is minimum. That's not what I want to see. And that's definitely not what I want to see. Look at that. They faked it. What do I see?
Just a touch of insulation.
So when an inspector walks around, what does he see? He thinks there's insulation there. There's about that much bat insulation on the other side. Do you see any shims?
No wonder this thing sagged.
Interesting. Very interesting. Why is there water in the box? It's all rusted out on the inside, and it just came around and dripped down.
Right.
When you put up an exterior light, what do we need?
Well, you need, first of all, an exterior light that has a gasket on it.
That wouldn't hurt, because it would help with weather. But a caulking bead around the top, but not on the bottom. By end of day today, I'd love to have the floor in so we can get the spray foam done. I'm gonna make the old-fashioned contractor coat rack. Screw nail. Yeah, works good. Tar paper doesn't allow the wood to breathe. It smothers it. We can even see that it got wet in here. You see that little area there? That's actually a surface mold all in here. Look at this. Well, isn't that pretty? Now, why do you think they used the tar paper instead of the Tyvek or Typar?
Cheaper?
Ha! You got it. But you got to think of the builders, right? Builders are going to use the cheapest stuff they can find because they save a lot of money per house by using the cheap stuff. Like, why is that acceptable?
That's just a surface mold there, Mike?
On the tar paper, yeah. You see it on both sides, especially on the inside, eh? Look at that. Come on. It shows how much water, for some reason, is penetrating this surface. I'm gonna say it was just because they didn't caulk the light. You miss one little piece of caulking and look at the damage that it creates, the downfall. You know, you hear that crap runs downhill? Well, it sure does. So does water. It comes down and behind and creates mold all throughout, not to mention how rotten. Right? That's rotten, right? I shouldn't be able to stick my fingers through it. Is that acceptable? Not in my books. Like, I shouldn't be able to do that. You know, I shouldn't be able to do that. If there's drywall, I can do that, but not wood. This is a strong, strong wood, and yet I'm going through it. No, that's not rotten. That's not rotten at all, is it? Love my job. You know what? I used to watch Sesame Street when I was a kid, and there was a big song in there that said, one of these things just doesn't belong here. Before, after. One of these things are kind of the same. Man, there's probably just a hair of that stuff in there. Okay?
I see.
And of course, they didn't screw it in. Look at how thin that gauge is.
Oh, really?
We're gonna take it off right to the end. I would say these people are lucky we are here. See this?
Yeah, that's a lot of water.
We have a lot of water penetrating the sheeting on the roof.
You see that?
What?
That's where their exhaust fan's coming out, right there.
Don't tell me that.
Look at it.
I'll be
You can see the
pissed.
pipe.
What?
You can see the pipe right there. It's exhausting into nothing.
Oh, you buggers. You're kidding me.
No.
Aha.
I just saw it, which would explain all the moisture in that one spot.
Yeah. Drive the moisture against the sheeting.
Yeah, into the insulation.
I'm so getting sick of this. Minimum code requirement states it goes outside the wall or through the roof. Had that have been through the roof, I wouldn't be going up there now, pulling up the shingles and repairing this area. They got away with this. Talk about throw a wrench into my schedule. Holy shit.
Shim, they shimmed it out. Plywood, shim, and then they put their stucco over top. They put their insulation over top of that, and then it's, you know, it'll work, but, you know, what would it have taken to put another sheet of plywood on that or something?
Cut out the bottom plate, which was completely rotten. I chipped out with my hammer the rotten sheeting. So we have structure here, which is a wonderful manufactured beam that goes across there. The problem is the sheeting goes out over that, which will run on the next floor joist. We're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to cut back. Let's pull this off, because I'm gonna try and get sheeting in underneath to support those trusses.
Yeah. Okay.
And that way we can bond everything in place. It might have helped them had they have attached that in.
Yeah.
The sheeting went in, but soon as the sheet had rotted, it dropped.
Right.
That's why we see all that buildup there, right? Because everything on this side dropped.
Good point. I thought maybe it was water getting in there.
All I'm gonna do is I'm taking the 2x4 and I'm attaching to that side so I can lift up both trusses so we can slide the next sheet in. So it's a little bit of everybody working together here. Did you go downstairs?
Yeah.
Carl and I will pry it up, just get a bead of adhesive right across each one.
Do you want me to hit the cross braces, Mike?
That would be good too.
Okay.
You know, we glue it and screw it. Well, come on out and take a look at this wonderful mess we found. See that up there? That's mold.
Is it?
Oh, really? What the hell is that?
The exhaust fan in the bathroom.
Are you serious? I had no idea we were going to see something that stupid.
So all your moisture was pushed out to this area.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? That's just laziness, not caring. Don't give a damn.
We found so much rot in here. I was putting my finger through the wall. Your light had no caulking on the top. The driving rain hit the top of the light, got in behind it, in behind the foam board, and rotted out that whole section, not to mention receptacle,
Right.
not to mention your window. Now, what do you see here?
There's no shimming in here.
No,
I mean, this is bowed.
it's bowed.
Who knows what else is going on in this place?
No insulation, no spray foam.
insulation.
They faked it. You see that little bit of insulation on the other side?
Yep.
They tucked in a little tiny piece across the front, put up the vapor barrier, so when the inspectors see it, they go, okay, it's insulated.
It takes you just as long to do something stupid like that as it does to insulate it properly.
We had to take the sheeting off. We had to continue structure underneath to hold up your trusses. Your trusses had actually fallen down.
How would we have any idea? That's frightful.
And that's why you would see that the roof line had dropped down on this side.
right.
Remember that ridge you see up there?
Yeah. This originally started thinking we had to replace a flat roof. Now look where we're going now.
We did restructure the floor. We can tell how strong this is. You're gonna love what it looks like when I'm done.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
You won't have an issue anymore.
That's terrific.
Thank goodness.
But I feel
And-
sorry for your neighbors. This works, eh? And look how strong it is. I mean, this is strong. It should be that way. You know what? I hate to take apart my own work. Like, look how strong this is. We're gonna be roofless today. Get some sun, put out the lamb's chair. Who put all these screws in here? Where's my chair? It's just so I can hold on. Steve and Carl did an awesome job yesterday bracing everything in. Steve thought ahead, and I really like that. He cut the web so the spray foam will go in behind it and not just fill the zone. Let's get our Hilti spray foam, our fire stop. We're gonna spray all the outside edges, okay? So we have that fire stop, which they did not do. Right. And also, I want you to hit from the floor sheeting right across everything so that we know that when Alex comes in to spray foam, it's not gonna ooze up and in. Just run the electrical wire out, just have it hanging down to center point, and just hang it down because they're gonna put up about 3 inches, 3.5 inches of spray foam so we can put in the octagon box later.
Easy day.
Hello? I hear the homeowner's phone ring every once in a while. I just want to pick it up and go, hey, what? They'll say, is Dan there? No, you got the wrong number. Well, it is just here, so that's good. Bit by bit, take out the old rotted crap and put in some new good stuff. We have plastic on the wall. We're going to do some spray foam. Should we remove it?
If you're going tight to it, you don't have to remove it, but if you're leaving a gap, you would remove it.
Very good. Normally, we're going to use, and you hear me say it all the time, a king stud, a jack stud. So it'd be king and jack. This would be king, this would be jack, and the jack is supposed to support underneath, but the door actually comes up to about this height. So we'll just have 2 full studs. And because of the weight difference of this span, 2 on each side is supreme to give us structure over the door. Nice, easy one. Everything this side of this beam here is exterior, right? This side is interior. So all I need you to do is hit this with an R28, I guess, 4-inch. Yep. And what I've done, I've spaced everything so you could get in there. We made sure that you can get up on top. Same as the web joins we did on the outside. We made sure you can get in there. Not bad, eh? No. I think we should inspect all the shingles on this side all the way up. There's no sense in pulling everything off if we don't have to. We know we have to up there. We gotta put in that vent for the fan. As we pull up this sheeting, we'll be able to find out, oh, it is a hard duct too, it's not a soft duct, but at least we'll be able to get to it and then maneuver up into the proper vent so we don't have this happen again. Luckily, you know, this was 7 years. 7 years of penetration of the exhaust fan coming up. It appears to be mold here. It looks like mold to me there. We can see where it's blown on it, and it is just a surface, so it's not as bad as I thought. You saw me poke my finger through the wall, so in comparison, this didn't get as bad. Why it didn't is more than likely it breathed through the soffits. Well, everything's in fairly good shape. Can you just pull that piece of insulation? Just pull it back, don't pull it out.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is going to be a tight fit, isn't it? I'm just trying to figure out where that is. I'm just going to go see where it is. As the peaked roof comes down, it's a low peak. It's just underneath it. That's going to be kind of hard to angle that up, and we're going to have to do what we can. It's a 4-inch. So I'm going to need a 4-inch 90. We'll bring it right back to the exhaust as far as we can, and I'll just cut the pipe. I can pull the pipe off, cut it, get the 90 on it, slip it in, and maneuver it in.
Just 1 2x4.
You gonna go all the way up with this?
Yeah, all the way up, right down to the first most point.
Okay.
So then we peel off this backing, and then this product actually adheres right to the deck. We're leaving the bottom and sides of this flange unnailed because we'll want our shingles to come up underneath the first portion of this. That way the warm, moist air coming out of this pipe can then sweat out on top of the roof as opposed to on the roof deck or onto the underlayment. Prevent any moisture from getting underneath the actual shingle. We want everything on top of the shingle. For every nail that goes through this material acts like a gasket and seals around each nail.
So why did I start here, Mike? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Here's the tricky cut. So we got the door, we got the receptacle, and we got the octagon box, and we got the window. So we brought up the sawhorses. We're gonna draw that out. We're gonna cut it out. We're gonna put it up.
43.
Get down there and look at it.
43 1/4.
43 1/4. 43 1/4?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Pull the trigger, get the blade going, let the blade do the cutting. Watch the blade with your cut. Never ever force your blade, okay? This is a jigsaw. It's only held by the top. It's not held by the blade itself other than the top. If you force that blade, you'll snap the blade and you can get hurt. You see, it won't do that, right? It won't cut round. So you've got to give yourself a little bit of room with that blade by taking it back and forth and creating that square cut. Because it's octagon, it's not round. Round we can follow. That's easy. Octagon's different. Good. Nice and easy, eh? So if we have measured and cut everything correctly, this should fit like a glove. And we know it's gonna overhang the door, which we'll cut it out later. Well, Mr. Holmes, you did it. Good job.
Thank you.
This is easy, this works, we're safe.
Yeah.
We've got to have this slope today, we've got to have it waterproof today, because that heavy rain that's coming tomorrow, and we got to have a diversion out to the east trough. So knock this off, we'll get ready and just start sheeting it.
No problem, man. We'll get this done today.
Things we have to do to fix crap, eh? If I had it done it right in the first place, we wouldn't be here. Well, looks like they hit studs. That was a smart move. Yep. You can see right out that when they came in here the first year after the complaints, they put up plywood. See how we have OSB? Right. There's plywood, so there was issues from day one.
You're absolutely right.
Isn't that funny? 2-inch slope this way, and that gets rotted. I may have to replace that. Just be careful not to weaken the soffit. That's tied in well, eh? Just a little too well, I see. Oh, hey, look at 2 nails. That's beautiful. 2 nails on one side, 3 nails on the other. At this point, it is not as bad as I thought. We just assumed right away that the whole thing would be rotten across, and so far we've had some water penetration, but this is the bad area right here. Oh, there's one of our good friends. That's a big one. I just wanted to pull out the rotten stuff. We'll vacuum it all up. What I am going to do is cut a piece of flooring to go right across that. We'll put down some PL premium and hit it with a few screws and then restructure in. It'll be fine. Because it's not going to get wet anymore, it'll eventually dry out and it won't be an issue anymore. Just take away all that rotten wood so the carpenter ants don't have a home. You know, it's a good thing we didn't build this house. Well, then again, we wouldn't be here if we built this house. I was just going to say, because I would have glued everything. It would have been such a pain to get this up. Let's start drywall. You ready to drywall, Carl?
Sure am.
Handy lift they have.
Yes.
Real back saver. How's the box? Go up.
That's for wimps. For guys that don't want to pick it up. I don't want to hold it. It's too heavy. Wimps. I've never used one of those. I'm up there holding my head and everything else screws on my mouth, putting it in there.
I'm using a Durabond 90. That way I can work the whole room. This actually really dries really fast and really hard. This way you do it once, you don't go back a second time. Nothing like looking back and having people admire your work and say good things about it, you know?
We still have a nice slope there. So everything has to be done with the 8-foot level. That way we can shim it properly. A little bit time consuming, but it's what we do. What'd you do, cut it with a guide or?
We chalked them, put them out with a pencil, and then we just eyeballed them in.
You can absolutely never trust your existing sheeting, your existing flooring. This roof here is belly toward the center like this, just the way Mother Nature allowed it to, sink in. Like skin starts to fall down as you get older. So all we're doing is compensating for the belly. We will shim across so we have that 100% trueness slope out. That's what I'm looking for. So by the time we get out to that end, it's gonna be nice and level, nice and straight, and the two scuppers will pick up the water for when it rains and pushed out to the edge. Okay, now you see that space we have at the end? That's a breathable surface right there. And then we'll just come up vertical to hold our double top plate. So right across, we still have that air movement with the drilled holes at one end, open at this end, which ties right into the attic space. We have air movement. We're actually 2 inches high on this end, down to 0 on this end, so we've created that 2-inch slope on an 8-foot span out. You know what? This works because it goes towards the scupper.
Perfect.
This works. 4 3/8 is what we need vertically. You're gonna love the way I do this. If I based everything on the top plate, I'll make it level. Let's get 12 pieces at 4 3/8, okay? So 2 by 6. Let's get the chop saw going so we're precise. Boom, boom, 4 3/8, one after another. That gives us our edge on the scuppers. Everything is glued, everything is screwed.
Very impressive. He's full of great ideas.
Now, that just locks it into this one as we put on the double top plate, locks it in, ties it in, and hits the whole thing to structurally support it. Do another one there. We'll tie off the scupper lines into there as well.
Right.
And we've really carried the load.
It's brilliant, man.
It's actually even better than it was. Nice, tight fit. Cut sheets of plywood from this point here to the scupper, to scupper, okay? So it's just pieces. We'll measure down, boom, boom, boom. It leaves it open completely in. This works perfect, eh?
Yeah, this is much better. It's gonna look nicer, it's easier to flash in the corner. First, we're gonna lay out the fiberglass paper. That is a fire retardant material. It's nailed down. And what that material does is allows us to torch apply our rolled material to it. But because it is seamed, so there's butt edges, there's a chance of heat or flame getting down between. That's why we use the glass base paper first.
So just on the deck, or would you go right out with it?
Just on the deck and up the walls where we're gonna be torching against the walls.
You put in, what do you call this, the pan strips?
The cant strip.
Cant.
Yeah, cant strip goes on one
Can.
Cant.
Can't.
K-A-N-T.
I can't do it.
It can't do it, yeah.
Okay.
But just like that.
I got it.
And what that does is it bevels
just to create that round slope.
Yeah, just to create a positive drainage towards the center of the roof and then on to the scupper boxes.
All right, let's do it. It's hot out here. I take off all my clothes, not around you. I was just gonna get a wiener and put it on a stick and put it over that flame there and have I like it burnt, actually. I don't like it just...
Hot, Steve.
Is that hot? No shims, but a ton of nails. We'll keep the window and give it to a reuse it place. The guys actually cut the plywood tight to the window where I want it tight to the wood, so we're gonna get the reciprocating saw and cut that out right tight to the window. That way, when the window goes in place and the trim's on the inside, we can get that nose in there and spray that whole void with spray foam. Put it in place on the trim, see what it looks like, match it all the way around if you like it. We'll shim it in place, screw it in. Give it to me, come on. Show me what you got.
No.
Show me the money, come on. Grunt when you... See?
Yeah.
I needed that broken in half, thank you. So we are bowed, eh? The center one's pushing it up. I'll feed it that way and then this way. So now we know it fits. Let's just get these pieces, cut a couple of them in half. We'll do it across here and then we'll shim it and put it in place, okay? Boys, bring it up. Let's go. Oh, no. Okay. It's a fake look of a cedar, and I like it because it looks like cedar, but it's a slight of a cream color. And man, I like it. It's gonna go well with the cedar deck we're gonna build today. All done?
All done.
I know we have no leaves here, but...
You might have trees down the road, and this is the best product out there. One advantage is the snow and ice not being able to get in, where it can sag the gutters, and eventually have them not perform for you. And the ice does melt.
Slides right off the edge.
Yep.
I love it.
We have 66-inch pieces of glass. We have about 70 inches, so it's going to be basically about 2-3 inches on either side. Nice, clean look. Black post, center, 2 corners.
So total glass in the front, pickets on the side.
You got it.
Now, how far are we out? We're just going to come off the jam or the casing?
We're going to go right directly into the casing, which is about 3.5 inches off.
Okay.
Mount right to the knee wall. Really straightforward installation.
That's going to look good. Wait till it's done. Drop the cedar in, glass rails, black. Everything goes color-wise. One is just going to go here. 2-inch down here. We have room to go this way if we need to. Just want to see how it sits. Hey, that's pretty good. And don't be afraid to give it a little gap so water can go through just to help it. That's it. Gentle, guys. Oh, the difference, eh?
Sawdust to this. Beautiful deck.
Incredible structure.
Yeah.
Incredible finish. I'm happy with it. Looks good. Number 3.
Jesus, they don't make kids the way they used to.
You look like you're sweating. Gentle, watch the rail. This thing will outlast the whole house. Cover it right, do it right.
Yeah.
Everything works right.
They're gonna love it.
Everything looks right, too. These are good people. Good people, for some strange reason, get bad things happening to them. Why is that? Nobody seemed to care about the roof. The builder didn't care about it, obviously, because they let it leak. All right, I'm gonna go get them. I like it.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Oh, look at the light. It's beautiful.
It is lovely.
That's a sensor as well. So if you turn it on, it'll you can use the sensor daylight as well as nighttime. It'll go and come on and off. So or just turn it on with the switch. It wasn't an easy job, but it took some thinking on how we were going to repair it. And how do you do that? You open it up, you start pulling it apart, and come up with a plan on putting it back together again. It's as simple as that. New window.
Right? Oh, it's
Gotta have to
beautiful.
see that. What a
Beautiful.
difference with full glass, eh?
Oh,
Yeah.
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 How do you like the
It's all
siding?
difference in the world. I love it.
Now the
Yeah.
look is supposed to be cedar,
Beautiful. Yeah.
cedar
Yeah.
shake.
Yeah.
But the character and the color goes with what I chose. The cedar on the floor, the rails. I love the glass.
It's beautiful, yeah.
So
You
you
actually
gotta
have a real deck.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
This is a floating deck. It is on
Yes.
top of a foam base to protect the roof.
Right.
This is in 3 sections. So if you've ever got to get under it, you drop anything.
Right.
We want to have a wider gap here for the snow. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it's not rocket science neither. It takes a skilled professional to come in, oversee it, and go home. You saw it all opened up, so obviously you knew we had to restructure all kinds of crap. We even had to restructure the outside edge here once we pulled down the knee wall. Nothing serious, not as bad as I thought it was. Brought in all the right guys, made sure that we had 4 layers on this. We'll have a base layer, a fire code protection layer, your first membrane, and your secondary granulated layer. So that's 4, plus the 25-pound that's under it. So it's actually 5. That job would cost in the area of $60,000 to do. Not 10, not 20, 60. Now, why should homeowners have to bear that cost? because the builder didn't care about it or didn't care about what they were doing.
Wow.
2 scuppers, and now what I like is you can't see them.
Yeah, I was gonna.
And the 2 scuppers, you can see it as you look through the glass on the outside. Too many people let it go. It's not good enough. It's not bad enough. It's not hard enough. It's too much money. Don't worry, it's not a problem. Put a Band-Aid on it. You know, everything is covered with a Band-Aid. We had to re-angle the whole slope of the roof because it was out 2 inches in, so we had brought it up 3 inches to give a 1/4 inch per foot drop. So even the deck is still slightly unlevel, even though I have 2-inch foam on this side and 1-inch foam on this side. I don't mind it being unlevel 1
You
inch.
don't really feel it.
It was a problem. It created a structural problem, and it created an actual nightmare. I thought it was necessary to give you a much better door in place there, full glass door. New fascia soffit, east trough. You've got the leaf proof, so for ice buildup on the top here, it's not going to be an issue. This is kind of like the area to stand now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't mind it being different, really, when you look at the other ones.
You know what?
Yeah,
It gives
this
it
is
sort
nice.
of a unique feel.
Well, when they're out there now, they're going to be jealous. They're going to be looking over going,
I would imagine.
I
they
think
would.
so.
Bottom line, they didn't care. Not my house. No problem. Let's go take a look at the bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's so nice to be rid of that textured ceiling.
It makes it look bigger,
Hey,
having a flat ceiling.
Nice light fixture.
Yes.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I put up a new light.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
I
then
wrecked that one. I think I wrecked your outside one because I was upset with it and ripped it off. And I'd get you a new one, so we got
That's
you some
okay.
new ones. But it goes with the color of the
It does.
room. All new bulkhead that was completely wrought down. We actually insulated that duct line that goes out there.
Oh, great.
And you do remember that fan in the bathroom upstairs that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So we replaced that sheet, we put in a proper roof vent, tied that back in, did that all from the roof line. What is necessary is protecting your investment. If there's a problem, stand up and fix it. You're not a bad guy for coming back to fix it. As a matter of fact, you're a good guy. Are you happy?
Very happy.
Can't tell you how happy.
Very happy. It's
This
like,
is amazing.
well, this is a whole new room.
It is, isn't it?
And our
It is.
deck's a whole new deck.
They see a difference then. It's not just putting it back to the way it looked. There was a couple of changes, and they really liked it. For them, maybe now they'll use the deck and get to enjoy what they should have had 7 years ago.
It's great.
I'm really
Thank
sweaty.
you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm all
Hey, it's
sweaty.
a hot day and you worked hard.
It is. I'm
so
wearing my tent. I'm gonna have to take this tent off and go have a shower. But
Right.
enjoy.
We will.
Go get him, Steve. Adam, awesome. Kill the leg. You can take it home. Matt, awesome job, buddy. Thank you. Awesome job. Stinky. We're both stinky. Oh, love you. Love you. Hey, Damon, come on. You're taller than Adam, man. Watch my ribs, Carlos. Mr. Buck.
Yes, sir.
Good job, Stevie. Uncle Bill.
Fabulous job.
You get to drive the truck home, okay?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna do that. No problem.
Okay, everybody have a good night. We'll see you in the morning.